G'day everybody, welcome to Greens and Gains. Come and join me and my mate Lee. I'm a physio, 3-part wizard and golf addict. And Lee is a PGA pro, a rugby league degenerate and an absolute freak on the golf course. Greens and Gains is two blokes having a chat about how to improve your golf game and feel better about yourself. Why don't you come and join the fun?
Well, good morning everybody. Lee Hunt, Tom to Jersey, Greens and Gains. We're back again for a fifth episode. We didn't think we'd make two. So, g'day, Tom. How's your week been?
It's been good, mate. Nobody thought we'd get this far, us included. But the people keep showing up. So, I've had a great week. I think you've also had a great week. We've kind of been chatting through the week. Thank you to everybody who continues to show up for us in podcast comments, shares, likes, engagement with us, emails. We're having so much fun sort of chatting and getting to know everybody and feeling supported. So thanks.
It's getting it's getting a voice of its own now, isn't it? Yeah.
It's starting to snowball. It's a little scary.
We love it. We love it.
How's your week been, mate?
Tommy, really good week, thank you. The weather's been good, so lots of golf about. In my day job, obviously. A lot of coaching, a lot of looking after my members at beautiful Bankstown, and a fair bit of club fitting happening here at the Palms. So, no, it's been a good week, mate. You've had a good week?
Yeah, look, we'll get to my golf week a little later. But personally, professionally, life's good. I can't complain. Yeah.
No one listens, Tom. No one bloody listens.
That's it. Complaints and kids, right? Nobody cares about yours.
Sunday morning, a touch, too many beers last night, Tom.
Oh, yeah? You're a little rusty.
Bit dusty. Yeah,
4X?
Well, being a proud Queenslander, no, I couldn't get 4X. It's the first thing I asked for at the bar.
Of course.
No, Eden Brewery here in the beautiful Southern Highlands.
Nice.
Thanks for the headache.
This headache proudly sponsored by Eden Brewery. Okay, so let's get cracking, my friend. First things first, we need to have a conversation. This is a very serious conversation because we are trying to get better. It's a big sort of crux of this show. We, I think, need to have a conversation around how we track whether or not we're getting better. Because at the moment, I keep an eye on my handicap and I kind of log some scores coming in. I'm not really using a stats app. We've had a couple of course management questions from some listeners who are using stats apps, and now I'm like, oh man, should I be tracking some stats? What do we reckon? So my question, I suppose, is how do you track yours? Do you track yours? What are my options? And then, what do you recommend? What do you think is enough to be looking at?
Yeah, okay. Stats are good. They can be very helpful if you know what you're looking for with stats. So anytime you've got a measure, once you measure, you can improve and see what actually needs wrong. It's not just as simple as walking off the course and you've 3-putted the last hole of the day and you think, I'm the worst putter in Australia. But I think from a basic level, I think, Tommy, if people are out there, they don't have a stats program, we're super lucky now that there's apps for everything. You can get apps for everything in life. So it used to be grab a scorecard. In the 3 little columns on the scorecard, you used to put fairways, greens and regs, amount of putts, and you tick how many you're going. So you can do that as a basic, count how many fairways you hit, count how many greens and regulations you do, and how many putts you have.
And that's kind of nice because I don't have to count many.
No, it's good for you. Yeah. Except when we get to the putting with me. But I think there's so many good stats programs out there now. There's the Arcos, Draw More Circles, which is very, very popular with the better players. Mm-hmm. There's so many you can use. I think every GPS system probably has a stats program attached to it. So keep your stats, people, because then you can see what's doing wrong. And then from an indoor facility, like I've got here at the Palms, TrackMan combines and all that sort of stuff, which can, for those who don't know what a TrackMan combine is, 60 shots, 10 different distances up and back. And it's about distance control, not about how far you hit everything. I think we've all got to be careful when we get into an environment where we're hitting balls repeatedly. Everybody just wants to know how far they hit it. They want to hit it further all the time. I get that. But it's important. The proximity to holes important. So, yes, we should be keeping stats, Tommy. Everybody, regardless of your handicap, age, gender, and how much you play, if you want to improve in this game, you've got to find out where you need the improvement. So keep your stats, people.
Okay. So minimum scorecard, maybe. We like Arcos. We like Draw More Circles. We like TrackMan Combine. I also just had a thought from when I was playing a bit more TrackMan golf, like as a practice method when I was playing rounds on TrackMan. They also do stats inside of the TrackMan golf app for like actual play too, like fairways hit, left, right, percentages and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So some of those things we don't like. Sorry, we do like. They're quite helpful.
Yeah, it's important to know if you've got like your tendencies when you're playing golf.
Yeah. Okay.
That's important to know. So if you're always missing at short right or long left, or you can just narrow it down a little bit. And I think everybody just like every time I'm on the coaching tee, everybody wants to be more consistent. I get that.
Yeah.
But what do you want to be more consistent at?
Good point.
What actually needs to improve to shoot lower scores? Because we all want to shoot lower scores, regardless of your ability. So, you got to figure out what needs improving first before you can go and improve it.
Totally. And I guess I had a conversation with a former coach a while ago, and I was like, "Oh, my putting was terrible." And they were like, "Mate, you had like 10 or 11 greens, and your proximity to the hole was like 50 meters. Maybe not 50 meters, 50 feet or whatever." And the tour averages a 3-putt like outside that range. So it's like, did you putt badly, or did you hit the ball better than you have, and you had more lag putting to do? So I kind of see what you're saying about stats. It sounds like I should probably start tracking some because I haven't for an extended period, and I don't think I can actually tell you what the best or worst part of my game is at the moment.
Well, there you go. Yeah. And you love the game. So, go do it. Go count your stats. We'd love to hear from people if they've got a really good stats program they use, because we're all about learning. So if is there a better one out there? There's one easy. Like you can...
Fill us in.
There's an app for everything.
Yeah.
I'd love to hear what people use.
I've tried to use Arcos before and didn't love it. So if there's something I'm doing wrong and you're an Arcos fanboy, let me know. If there's a better app, I use a Garmin watch. The stats, I think, are relatively basic inside of that. They don't give me much. Please, fill me in. I would love some guidance. I might download something today. I'm playing today. I might report back next week with some stats for you. We can pick us up.
Where are you playing today, Tom?
Oh man, I'm pretty excited. But if I shoot 100, then maybe we don't talk about this next week. I have received an invite from a buddy. I'm playing the Aussie today, the Australian Golf Club.
Oh, the Australian.
I am an absolute sucker I love to be a guest, and play all sorts of nice golf courses.
I've noticed.
Yep. You've had me on at your golf course. I am really excited for today. It's going to be a lot of fun. So maybe I'll track some stats and we can talk through my round next week.
There's one thing you're going to do when you play the Australian, depending on what tees you go off, and it probably doesn't matter. You are going to wear out your long irons into par fours. It's a long, long golf course. So you'll have a great day there.
That fills me with terror. Okay, now the last thing I wanted to talk on sort of in this Clarify For Me segment of like stats versus not, one of our listeners has put forward a pretty cool idea, I thought, about how we might track our progress. They suggested we hold what's called the Benchmark Cup. They reckon every story needs a crescendo, and you and I need to be working towards something that matters, that carries a little bit of weight, and makes both of us a little bit uncomfortable. Probably me more than you. They reckon every 6 months we play 18 holes stroke. Back tees, we set a baseline, I suppose, in the next maybe the next month or so, of what we shoot, where we're at, and then Christmas time, we try and better that round, and there's going to be a bit of pressure come Christmas. What do you reckon?
I mean, we got to have a bet. There's got to be a bet.
We need a wager.
It's got to mean something.
It's got a sting, right?
It's got to hurt a little.
Now, I am not a big gambler, and I've never played golf for money. Where do we start for a wager? Like, how does this work?
Well, I'm not a big gambler.
Okay.
I like my money. I work hard for it. I would think I've got a standard bet with a couple of golf pro buddies that we play, obviously off the stick, but loser pays for dinner.
Ooh.
And the winner gets to pick where dinner is.
Oh,
so
dear.
I've gone into the steak restaurants many a time, and the person's come over to do these are our specials today, and I normally go, what's the most expensive steak you got? I'll have a medium rare. So I don't care about the specials. There's no specials coming out tonight. So
all right.
We'll play for dinner.
Play for dinner. I mean, let's do it. I think we've talked about a little bit about you doing some putting and chipping stuff. There's a couple of things I want to work on first. So maybe like a month. we call it. Like, what
We'll
is it
do it a
now?
month. Yep. We get to pick.
First or second week of September.
You better pick. I'm picking. There's a really nice restaurant down here in the Southern Highlands called Nesta Kachina. So,
Southern Highlands
Lats,
is
if
tough,
you're out
right?
there, Lats, if you're out there, hopefully I get to bring Tom, and you're just gonna cook up a storm. It's a beautiful restaurant here in Barreley, modern Italian. He does a great job, Lats. So that's
That
where we're
almost
going.
makes it
If I win,
worse as a loser if I lose, because I got to drive to the Highlands, buy you dinner, and then drive home.
no, we'll put you up for the night. We'll put you up for the night. Yeah, that's okay because there's going to be red wine involved. So
Okay, cool. Deal. Done. Ian.
deal. Benchmark
Okay.
Cup is on.
Let's do it. I will have some sort of small trophy made. It's going to be all time. I love it.
It's going to be a steak. All right.
That's not bad. Okay, next thing I want to talk about, our weekly segment. Do we like it? Do we not like it? Like it, don't like it. I have some serious questions. I have tried multiple different ways of keeping my clubs clean, like my irons clean, right? And occasionally my woods. I saw on TikTok the other week that perhaps the little carabiner clip-on towel is not cool. This led me to a deep, dark moment of spiraling where I looked at how I keep my clubs clean, and I used the little pop-out Drummond golf click-out brush, and I used the clip-on towel. Is this virgin behavior? How do I keep my clubs clean and look a little bit cooler? And what do pros do? And what do like good golfers who are like stylish and fun and like people want to be around? How do they keep their clubs clean? Because I am not doing that.
Well, this is funny, this one, because I knew this was coming. This was on the show notes.
Yeah.
Yes, we're getting professional, people.
We, believe it or not, we do plan this.
And it's I've walked into my studio here at the Palms this morning. Sunday morning, it's full of golfers. All right, say good day to the guys, Nick, James, and Pinky. They're here practicing. And I noticed they've got these, it's like an angry toothbrush with a string on it to clean their clubs. Like it's wire on one side and it's a brush on the other. I don't know what the material would be, but
Yeah.
and I had a laugh. I had a joke with them about it. I don't use that. I just use a towel, big white tour towel or whatever. I make sure I wet one end.
Yeah.
And then I clean my clubs after I hit it. I have seen a lot of locker room towels out there on the golf course. So all those golfers out there that rush to the club's locker room and steal a towel, a bit like the range ball thing, just get yourself a towel, people. You know, like your favourite club on it. The brush, well, it's effective. Is it cool? It probably drops into the head covers bucket, I think, for me. Very effective. But keep your clubs clean, people. Keep them clean. You've got to keep your clubs clean.
Okay.
If you want to have more control over the ball, the face of the club needs to be clean. And golf is bloody hard enough, so let's not try to hit the golf ball with a dirty face. But I don't. Yeah, if you want to use those pocket brushes or whatever you're using, I've seen one with a squirt bottle and a brush.
Oh, yeah, like the Groovit, yeah.
What's it
Groovit
called?
brush. I think there's a Groovit brush. That might be the brand name, you know, like the Colgate.
I just think that you, so you've got one of those, no doubt. But
No, I don't. I've never had the water brush.
they're pretty good,
Yeah.
obviously. So, you know what? If it's helping you keeping your clubs clean, get amongst it, people.
Is there a
Throw
particular
the brush.
Is there a particular like thread count of towel that works better to get into the...
Well, probably the cheaper, like the hospital grade one. You know, I've seen a lot of those hospital ones with the blue on them. Is that like a thing?
Yep, I respect
I've
that.
seen I've seen a few of them out in the golf course. So
the New South Wales Health logo through the one
New
end of the
South
towel.
Wales Health logo on your towel. Maybe just go into your pro shop, go see your professional, and say, you know, I need a golf towel with the club logo on it, or your favourite equipment company on it. Support your club, keep your clubs clean. While you go, you do need a brush. Still, just buy a Colgate toothbrush for $2. Use that if you
put
want.
on some fishing line.
Yeah,
now,
fishing line. Seen
if
that.
you're a listener and you work for New South Wales Health, can you get me one of those cool towels? That'd be great. They seem to be the it thing.
Yeah, or just pop into your locker room at the Australian. Good luck doing that today, Tommy. They'll have the snipers on the roof. You'll be gone.
Tom will just disappear in a puff of red mist.
It'd be 1,000 thread count there too. It'd be very plush. It'd be nice. It'd be a nice towel, the Aussie. Yep.
Okay, that's cool. So I'm going to trial a towel. I'll take one from home today. I will not steal one from the locker room. I am a good guest.
Yep.
Don't want anybody banned for life. Now, I do have a secondary follow-up little like it, don't like question this week. And that's because I've seen Future Golf doing a whole stack of advertising on social media. They seem to be paying some content creators and sort of doing some stuff in that space. As a head pro of a bricks and mortar, being like a golf club with a course and a physical building golf club, how do we feel about Future Golf? I've been a member. That's how I got into golf, I suppose. I did that for maybe 6 months. How do you feel about that? Where do we sit on Future Golf and things like that?
Well, yeah, I think Future Golf has a place. I think a few shows ago we spoke about don't shrink the game. So
Yes, we did.
If there's obviously a market for people who don't have time to become a full member of a golf club, only want to play around the traps and have a hit. I know a lot of bricks and mortar clubs don't like them. And I also understand that side. I know that as a member of a golf club myself, you could see on the surface that they're not great for the facility. But I think while people are playing golf and it's given them the opportunity to play golf, they might be going to uni, they might have young kids, they might work away a lot. And if it keeps them in the game, I think it's a good thing. I think what the clubs probably need to make sure they do is that when they come to visit the facility, that the price point they get charged is appropriate.
Yeah. Okay.
So it's appropriate that they can come and play. The members of the golf club who are members of that brick and mortar golf club don't feel like they're getting an unfair deal. And that's, I can see that point absolutely. But the Future Golf guys, I think they're keeping people in the game. Keep it going. If more people in my game, the better. And hopefully when they get more time, they'll become a member of a bricks and mortar golf club. I know a lot of members of my club at Bankstown were Future Golf. Well, you're being one of them, Tom.
Yeah, totally.
So no one ever joins, well, very rarely, when you start this game as a kid, you don't go straight to the top. You have a taste test. It's like a taste test for golf, isn't it? So,
it's really a gateway drug, Future Golf. It's like,
they're just getting you addicted to the game.
Just dip your toes in the water. Oh, it's actually quite fun in here.
Like it, don't like it. Well, like those people from Future Golf, they're going to get lessons. They're going to have beers at the club. They're going to have lunch. Hopefully, they eventually become they get a lesson. They might have kids themselves. They bring to the club. They get lessons as well, and they become part of that facility. I think it's up to us to try to keep them in the game, not chase them away. I understand some golf clubs don't like them. I think it's got better. I think it's definitely got better, but we're a little bit more open to it now. I think it needs to happen. There should be a particular time they can play, though. They shouldn't get the same access
like restricted
as
tee times.
a full member. But I think most clubs are doing that. So keep it going, Future Golf.
We love that. Okay.
Yeah.
I love that. Cool. So we like keeping clubs clean. We like more people in the game. The particulars we are slightly less fussy on, perhaps.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Let's just be friendly people. Let's welcome people into our game. That's what I'd say.
We can do that.
Yeah.
Now, the next thing we need to talk about, my friend, is gear. As you know, every week we are trying to bring forward something that's kind of going on, that's out and about, that we like or that we don't like, and that we've hit and we've tested, and we're trying to bring you some TrackMan data. We're trying to get some stuff out on course and see how it performs and kind of report back. Now, this week, I had my hat absolutely exploded off unintentionally by the Titelist GT driver. We went into this. I've recently purchased another driver, which is working well. It's fine, no problems at all. And then we hit the Titelist, and how did it go, Lee?
It worked very well. I think for those who haven't seen the YouTube that you did on it, Tommy, down here at the Palms, it went very well for you. Surprisingly well for you.
It's a bazooka.
Yeah, it was a cannon, wasn't it? It really came off well, and I think people should watch it and see. We obviously we rolled through the shafts. We did everything to the standard. Then you've got a little upgrade shaft that you purchased a while ago in a club fitting. But what was the gain in meters we got?
I think we started with the GT2 and we started
Yeah.
with a Denali shaft, which is the counterbalance shaft that might be for like a lower swing speed player in a reg flex, just to see what would
What's
happen.
going on?
Yeah. And I think the difference between the two clubs was like 21 or 25, I can't quite remember, meters
Yeah, it's
in
a lot.
carry and total.
Yeah, that's a
and
lot. I think.
Sorry, you go.
Yeah, I think what's important for those people who are clearly running out and buying new drivers, which is fine, make sure you get the right one. Make sure you get some advice. Make sure you get fitted, because there was the saying, by the time we went from the GT2 to the GT3, you ended up in, we had 20 odd meters,
Yeah.
and they're both wonderful drivers. So, if you're going to invest a little bit of money in some equipment, get fitted correctly, because it will go 20 meters further. And it's probably unfair on the equipment companies if you just buy it and you don't think about it and you go, well, I'm a stiff shaft or whatever, and you'll see this in the video. Are you the right stiff shaft? Is it the right weight? Is it the right, style of shaft? So get fitted, book in, get a fitting, speak to a PGA professional, get some advice, because it makes a huge difference.
We saw the dispersion go from Denali, which is not the right shaft and we wanted to experiment with, to stepping with the 4 stock shafts, and it just stepped in and got tighter. That's in the video. The data is kind of up in the video too, the TrackMan data, so you can see it if you're a bit of a golf nerd like I am. And then when we went to the aftermarket shaft that I hit and know and love and have been hitting for 12 months,
There's lights out.
shrinks again. So if you're a player who's playing stock gear, that is absolutely fine. Get fit for it, please.
Yeah,
That
correct.
blew my mind.
You're correct. Companies have all got great gear. There's no companies out there that don't make good gear, and they've got a range of shafts and lengths and weights and lofts and all that. But just get fitted properly. Get fitted. Yeah, basically get fitted.
So we love that. That's on YouTube. It's about 30 minutes. It's a perfect like lunch break special. It doesn't take too long. You can kind of see us work through the bag. You can get a feel for like what a fitting or like I think a good fitting is like, and what sort of data you'll see and what sort of numbers you're going to look at and talk about. Well worth a watch. Greens and Gains on YouTube. If you are interested, either comment, send us an email, get in touch with Leah or I. We can send you the link. That's no problems, no dramas. Now, next week's gear spotlight. What are we doing, my friend?
Okay, Tommy. So during the week, and we've done a video on this equipment already early on, like 6-8 weeks ago.
Yeah.
But the P770 and the P7CB from TaylorMade Golf has arrived in the irons. So this is exciting. So we're going to be doing some testing with Tommy. Again, we're going to fit him up. We're going to go through the stock shafts. We're going to see what happens. But I'm excited. I can tell you right now, these are already the P7CB already coming to me. I'm simply just taking the specs I've got from my old set and I'm just replacing the head.
Awesome. So you've ordered.
Done. They're on their way, mate. They're on their way. So this is exciting. This is a massive upgrade. So this P770 is a big upgrade. But it's exciting. We'll see how it performs with the regular golfer, and that being Tommy, in a fitting arrangement. So that's going to be fun, Tom, this week.
Yeah, and I think one of the questions I have is I quite liked both of them. I really liked how the P7CB came out and the spin numbers I got with a regular, like with a, I think it was a reg flex, but was it reg flex or stiff?
It was the Dynamic Gold 115 mid-flight.
Yep, so that's their stock shaft. They're off the shelf
great
option.
shaft. Great shaft too. Like they're really upgrading the shaft options. Yeah.
But I'm really looking forward to hitting it in a shaft that a couple of different options and seeing what sort of numbers I get, and then maybe even in the shaft that I game at the moment with my current irons and seeing how they perform. So we might do a bit of a comparison with them this week.
I think it's going to be a big year for TaylorMade with this iron. I think from just looking at it, bag appeal wins. It's just beautiful. So hopefully it performs well for you, Tom. Hopefully it performs well.
Hopefully it doesn't, because having to purchase the Titelist driver has absolutely bit me in the arse.
Yeah,
I don't know if I'm ready for a new bag of irons, but if they are anything, if testing this week goes as well as testing last week went, I will. Yeah, it's gonna be a tough sell.
You might have to get a third job, Tommy.
Yeah, something like that. Something like that.
No, it's exciting time.
So that's next week. That's coming.
Yes,
Keep your eyes
we're doing
peeled. Another another thing I'd like to talk to you about, Lee, is I like to bring you something every week, and I'll put the little video in here of something I've seen on the internet because I consume way too much golf content. You may have seen this, my friend. I don't remember his name, but I'll find it and put it in. Gold medal on the podium. They get given a little poster that sits in a cardboard tube at the Olympics.
Seen this. Yeah.
And he medal on, holds the tube, and then the golfer in him just takes over. And he holds the tube like a putter, claw grip, right hand low, like a putter, and he's on the podium practicing his putting stroke.
How good's that?
Is that not every golfer you know?
Well, yeah. I love that. I think that this game is so universal now. It's great. Yeah. It's just so good.
And we're maniacs. We're addicts. That's just golfers, right?
Oh, it's a drug. I know that my beautiful wife, she's seen me do many a practice swing in the middle of a shopping centre or just randomly. It doesn't matter. And you don't seem to care. That's the thing. When you do it, you think, oh, everybody's a golfer. But then if you look from the outside in, you go, who is that weirdo?
Absolute loon.
Working on his transition in the fresh food aisle. What's going on there? No, I love it. I love seeing that. I'd like to see what the poster is. I'd love to see what is actually on the poster. Is it a Super Stroke grip or something?
Imagine they're just giving him not a poster, it's Super Stroke grip. No, I understand. We got some friends who medalled in the women's water polo overnight. Come the girls, silver.
I know. Yep.
I believe it's the official Paris tournament poster. And then the detailing is in the colour of the medal you won. So they've got silver. The girls have got silver all through there, which is pretty cool. So really cool little, I suppose, souvenir and takeaway. And it also doubles as a practice putting implement. So how good's that?
Are you saying that we might be able to get a medal on the pod?
I can absolutely. I reckon I can guarantee I can do a podcast with a silver medal on.
Yes!
We got to hook up. We can interview a guest about what it takes to win a medal at the Olympics too.
I love it.
Leave it with
I'm
me.
Excited.
I'll make some phone calls. Okay, now we have had an overwhelming amount of feedback in response to our course management crash course section.
This has been great,
segment.
hasn't it?
My DMs are full of 25.
What's a DM? Direct message. Sorry.
Yeah, it's how people communicate with each other in the 21st century, Lee.
I think people just realise that who's a technical person on this podcast.
It's you.
Sorry.
It's you. I just show up and record.
I'm not.
We've had a lot of messages from 25 to 65-year-old men saying, "Please help me. I cannot score on this hole, and I need professional assistance." Now, guys, we've had a lot of people message, so please bear with us. We're going to work through one a week, okay? So we're going to quickly go through Josh, who wrote in last week, and he's gone out and played the hole again and provided us some feedback. And then we're going to help Jordan, okay? So Josh, if you guys remember, it was the 22nd hole at Nelson Bay. It was a par 5. It was the hallway, or the bowling alley.
Oh, yeah, the arborist hole.
Yep. So unfortunately, Josh did not get an arborist out this week. Couldn't get it past the Match and Greens committee. That's okay. But he's gone out and played. He took 3-wood off the tee, so slightly less club. He erred left, was short of the bunker, hit a punch 4-iron, and then I think it was maybe an 8-iron. He sent through his Arcos data, so I'll put that up for you, like the strokes. And then he hit an 8-iron, made a relatively stress-free par, and it wasn't even a full 4-iron. How cool's that?
You made a par.
Yeah.
Well done. That's a win.
Yes,
That's a win.
That's a win.
Congratulations.
And some people might say, oh, it's not birdie, it's a par 5. A PGA trainee left a comment on my TikTok this week, and what he said was, scoring is boring. Repeat after me. And I was like, you know what? That's probably pretty good advice.
Scoring is boring.
So well done, Josh. Thanks for writing in, mate. Thanks for getting involved.
Well done,
Love
Josh.
it. More pars, please. Let's
Okay.
bring that scoring average down on that hole.
Let's bring it down. One shot at a time. I love that. That's good.
Okay, now this week, the hole of the week, Jordan's written in, he needs help with the 17th hole at Strathfield Golf Club in Sydney. It is a 350-metre par 4. It's not quite a dog leg, but it does kind of go around the corner to the right a little bit. Sorry, I forgot to tell you, Lee, close your eyes. I'm going to paint you a picture. Or look at your phone. I've texted you a photo of it.
I've got it right here in front of me.
And you've played this hole, I think.
I have, yeah. I played it about 3 or 4 months ago with my PGA associate.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So we have a front pot at about in the center, like right center of fairway. It's like 220 meters or 210 meters to get in, right? 230 odd cover, And then there's a second bunker that is a little bit left. So it's kind of in play if you were to hit a little draw at the first bunker for a right-handed golfer. It is 250 odd to get into that pot. And then the fairway kind of gently slopes around to the right. Now, Jordan is having an absolute terrible time with this hole. Let me read you some numbers, my friend. Let me read you some scoring numbers. And Jordan's a good golfer. He plays off about a 6, right?
Good golfer.
So, good golfer. He is having trouble. We have had no albatrosses. Understandable. Hard to do. We've had no eagles. Hard to do.
That's hard to do.
The telling stat, I think, is we've had no birdies. As a percentage, he's parred the hole 17% of the time. So less than 1 in 5 times he plays it, he's making par. Significant problem for a 6 marker, right?
Big problem.
He has had 54% bogey rate. So like basically every second time he plays, it's bogey. And then we have a 29, so call it 30% likelihood, 1 in 3 or thereabouts, percent chance that he's going to make a double or worse.
Okay, so he's a index of the hole?
It's index 5.
Yeah.
So
and handicap?
He's off about a 6. So we want to make bogey at... Bogey is a good score here,
yeah,
but we don't want to make
handicap
worse, right? We don't want to make worse than bogey.
This comes back to don't make more birdies, just make less doubles, doesn't it? That whole theory.
Scoring is boring.
Scoring is boring. Okay, so look, I know this hole, and what I can tell you is that when I played it with my PGA associate, Adam Narman, who just hammers it. Anybody who's played with Adam understands this. He hit it in the front bunker, I remember, and it's like 330 metres to the front bunker of the green. So
Adam, he moves it.
Yeah, Adam doesn't have layup in his golf bag. He just goes hard all day, young Adam.
Which we love.
So
we love.
great golf, mate. Wish I could move the ball as quick as him. But what I would say is the first fairway bunker there in the picture, it's 228. It's about 235 to cover it.
Yep.
So you've got to make a decision. Do you hit your driver? And I'm assuming that he's right-handed.
He's right-hander.
Yeah. If he hits it dead straight, do you hit driver? Do you carry it 235 metres? But you don't run out more than 250 because you've got that bunker on the left. So these golf course designers, and I believe Jim Wilshire did this is a relatively new golf course. Jim's job is about playability and giving options on the golf course. Okay? So he's saying to you, hey, have a go. Go on, but hit it straight. You can cover that bunker, but don't pull it because you're in the bunker on the left. So that's the first thing. Do you hit it 235 metres on average, 3 swings out of the car? You can do that, but if you pull it, you're in that bunker on the left. Or do we simply just hit, your driving iron, or you might use a 5-wood or a hybrid, something that's going to go about 200 metres, because you don't want to hit a club that's going to lay up in the bunker if you happen to push it or go straight. So we're going to, let's aim at left edge of that right bunker with a club that can't reach the bunker. And at least that way, if you do push it a touch, you're not going to get to the bunker. And then that's going to leave you probably 140 to the pin. So 9 iron, 8 iron, depending on wind.
Well, maybe not pin, but maybe 140 to cover the front pot, right?
Front bunker. So 150, let's say, at worst.
Yeah. But you mishit it. Let's say your 150 club, you mishit a bit, you probably still carry the pot.
You carry the pot.
Okay.
So, so you've got 2 decisions to make. Do you take it on? I probably think the fact that the golf hole has been kicking your bum, maybe we just look at the way we play it first. And this comes down to that stats program we were talking about, doesn't it? Keeping your stats. What club have you been using off that tee? Have a think about it. If you've been using driver, well, it's not working.
Yeah, we need to change.
If you've been laying up, well, that's not working. So let's use driver. So, but you lay it up left of the bunker or just short of the bunker, rip it up the green, make your par, go to 18, make another par, get it in the clubhouse, sit on the balcony, have a drink,
and
go,
50 points.
What? Yeah.
Bang, bang, stable foot.
Yeah, tough course, Strathfield. Tough little golf course there. Yeah. So
I have a question about course management and that. I've just been thinking about what you were saying as you were talking. And if we put it in the fairway pot, some of those fairway bunkers at Strathfield are relatively steep, right? If you have to lay up out of the fairway bunker, you're going to have like 100 odd in for 3, maybe more, maybe less, depending on your lie and all that sort of stuff. Immediately, I was just thinking about proximity and things like that. If we're trying to make a 5, I think like 4 iron or something, 7 iron, and then chipping if I miss the green for 3. And if I'm trying to make 5, all I got to do is hit the green from like 25 meters or less when I'm chipping.
2 putts.
I think that 2 putts, right? I think that probably fixes the double bogey for me in that scenario.
Yeah.
And I don't consistently always carry my driver 235, and I do have a left miss. So like, I think as a right-hander playing a draw, that holds my worst nightmare, and 4 iron's probably the play. So fascinating, helpful. Thanks, Lee. You need to turn your mic back on.
Sorry, technical issues there.
That's okay.
Don't hit a club that's going to go far enough to get into the bunker if you're going to lay up. If you're going to lay up, lay up.
And like, I think you said this to me the other day talking about somewhere else. You said, with the layup club, you want to confidently pick the tee up out of the ground while the ball's in the air.
Yes.
Even if you've pushed it because you know it can't get there.
Can't get there.
And I was like, far out. I have hit a layup club so many times and had a moment of panic in the air because I've crushed it thinking, oh God, does that get that to the bunker?
Oh my God. It's like the 8th hole at Bankstown Golf Club with the water. For those who haven't played Bankstown lately, that's the old 17th. When people come in and go, I hit a layup in the water off the tee, you're like, if that's not the dumbest shot I've ever heard.
Yeah.
It's okay to hit bad shots, people. Do not, and listen to me here, do not hit dumb ones because they're controllable. It's okay to hit a bad shot, but don't hit dumb ones.
Oh, that's such a challenge, though. I'm so good at hitting dumb shots.
If you hit a dumb shot, well, that's your own fault.
Yeah, okay. I like that. Okay. Control the controllables.
Control it.
Okay, so if you have a course management question, please send it in. There's a little bit of a backlog, but we still want to hear from you. The sooner you send us your question, the sooner it gets answered. Send it in. If you're going to send it in, we need what golf club it is. We need what hole it is. We'd love a photo from the tee box so we can show people what we're looking at.
Yeah.
And we'd love your stats if you track them, just so we can kind of talk through your scoring averages and like maybe an idea of how you play the hole, driver, iron, whatever. So that is our course management crash course. Thank you, George. We'll get back to you. Or George, you get back to us. Let us know how you go this week.
Well done.
Okay. We need to talk about what we're working on, my friend, because we've had a week. And by
what we're working on.
I've had a week.
Tommy. So we had a bit of a lesson. We realised that your grip had been taken over by Satan. I've never seen a golf grip so strong, and I don't know why it happened.
You know, in those horror movies when the person's head is turned around completely and they're facing backwards?
It was a Chucky, wasn't
it? That was my right hand. My right thumb. Lee was standing behind me looking at me down the line, and he could see my entire right thumbnail, the whole nail bed.
I don't know what happened.
I don't know how I got there.
So we fixed that. So the ball got in the air again, which is nice, and you didn't have to change. This comes back to if you're getting a lesson off your PGA professional and they change your grip, give them at least give them the respect of sticking to it for at least a week.
Yeah.
And Tom's done that.
Yeah. And so just to explain, I think maybe like the numbers and the thought process behind why we did that. I was delivering, my understanding is almost no loft because the face was hooded. And that meant I was kind of hanging back on the ball and like trying to get it up in the air, and my club path was really right.
You were compensating for a bad grip.
Yeah. Okay.
So you were fixing the symptom. Okay. So you had a runny nose.
Yeah.
And all you're doing was wiping your nose. All right. Instead of
when you say it like that,
you actually just go, you know what? Maybe I need some bed rest, and I take some antibiotics, and that'll fix my cold.
Yeah, okay.
But you were just like, no. Don't worry about the cold. Let's just keep wiping the nose and keep changing.
Yeah,
so
why is it red, raw, and bleeding?
Yeah. So you had a strong grip, which was just closing the club face, de-lofting it, and then your natural move then was to try to get out of its road, back up through impact, swing the club out to the right. It was bloody horrible.
Flips, hooks, pushes.
And now we fixed your grip. The hand's more on top. The hand's working more neutral through impact. Your path's improved. The ball's going in the air. And then you had the medal round at Bankstown, and there is no greater test
than the medal.
Than that. And you had 3 better than your handicap.
my friend.
So
And it
well
played.
done.
Daily difficulty was actually one harder. So, you could almost argue
It's 4
that
better.
there was a little better than 3 better.
So well done. Well
and
done.
that was awesome. And then, disaster. I got confident. I arrived late and didn't warm up. And then I'm standing over the ball on the second tee, 130 metre par 3 from the white tees.
Yeah.
I've over-exaggerated the move all week. I'm feeling good. I know that I can just smooth the little wedge over there. Shank. Okay, that's not too bad. I'll just reload. Shank. Next tee box, heel cut out. So I walked that hole. Next tee box, heel cut out of bounds. Reload, heel cut out of bounds. I guess I'll just walk this hole with you too, boys. It was a
Good
mess.
for pace of play.
It was a mess, my friend. It was a mess.
Well, can we just start back to, for everybody out there, that Tom is a physio and teaches people how to warm up properly.
Yeah.
Tom just simply turns up a minute before his tee time.
And not
And
forever.
just runs to the golf course
It's
and then
just
goes
like-
double-double.
It's like an alarming trend that started in the
Tom,
last 3.5 weeks.
You're a shocker, mate. We were giving Kev a bad time about it. Kev turned up 18 minutes before his tee time on Saturday.
So-
well done, Kev.
We sprayed Kev on the pod. Maybe the fix is for you to spray me.
You're a shocker, Tommy. And you held the whole field up yesterday. And then I get my role as the head professional of the golf club is to tee people off on time.
Yeah.
And then you turn up late. So Tom, the Jersey, everybody at Bankstown Golf Club who listens to this, what's your membership number?
992, yeah.
Tom was the reason the field teed off late yesterday, but at least he had a few wipes. So
Yeah.
turn up early, warm up properly, mate.
I
Please.
started double too. 4. We're playing the
Well, you
black
deserve it.
tees, and
You
I was
deserve
4
it.
back through 2. Fucking what a dickhead!
You deserve that. You
I know
deserve the
better.
double
I know
goal.
better. That's on me. I will improve. I will improve.
Sure
That's
you
my
will.
thing this week. We're gonna keep grinding the grip. We're gonna work on that club path. I'm gonna warm up better before my sessions. It's
How
coming.
about this? Don't about the grip or the club path. How about just set the alarm 20 minutes earlier so you get out of bed?
Fair play. Fair play. I'll cop it.
Okay.
That is a reasonable criticism.
Yes.
Now, you, my friend, I've heard rumours. That your putting lesson and chipping lesson has not been solidified yet. Are you ducking this? What's going
No,
on?
I'm not ducking. My good friend Brent Dale at Liverpool
Yeah.
sent me a text
Yeah.
saying he was unwell.
Had the sniffles.
Had the sniffles. It could have been the COVID, but that's okay. So Brent was sick and went home.
Yeah.
But there are unconfirmed reports that Brent was on his boat in Sydney Harbour. So I'm not sure. Brent, where were you?
the snipers on the roof of the Australian Golf Club saw Brent in Sydney Harbour. And they're like, hey, Lee, listen up.
He's been unwell, so we've had to postpone it. But Brent, I'm still coming over. I'm really looking forward to our lesson, and I hope you get well soon, buddy. Looking
Rest
forward
up.
to it.
We need you. Come back.
Yeah. Oh, I need him. With the bloody this event going on. I don't want to buy you dinner. So no lesson as yet, but that's all right. We'll get there.
Brent, if you continue to be unavailable until we play the first round and Lee buys me dinner, I'll pay you. You let me know. Get in my DMs. We'll sort something out.
Yeah. Busy man, Brent Dale. Busy man.
Okay. We have a very, very, very short window. I have one more new segment that I want to introduce because I think sometimes when we see Lee riled up, there's nothing like an upset Queenslander, is there, really? What I would like you to do, mate, this week, we're going to run this segment weekly. What's bothering you this week, Lee? Talk to us, my friend. Give me something.
I've thought about this.
Oh, dear.
What bothers me?
Yeah.
What bothers me? Okay. When you ring up for a game of golf
Yeah.
and you ring your local club and
Yeah.
you're not a member there
Uh-huh.
and you say, hey, mate, can I get a game on Wednesday at 9:30 in the comp? And then we try to get you that game. And then we go, no problem, that's fine. What's your golf link numbers?
2010903927.
I don't know. Can
that's
you just put reserve? No, mate. For everybody out there, if you're ringing a club to book yourself in, golf link numbers, people. Golf link numbers will get you straight in. We don't even care what your name is. We just need your golf link number and your 3 guests. So, give us any 4 4 golf link numbers and we'll get them in the sheet and we'll get you going.
Okay.
All
Do
right.
better.
That's what riles me up.
From
That's
a
about all I've
personal
got.
standpoint for that, It's only 10 numbers. Like if you memorize 4, then 3, then 3, you're done.
Oh, my God.
Break it up,
Just
fellas.
remember your golf link number. We'll get you booked in. We'll get you on the course.
And please be nice to Lee, or he will yell at us on the podcast.
No, I won't. No, I won't. So that's what annoys me. Every golf pro who ever listens to this will understand. Just get your golf link number. We'll get you booked in. We look forward to seeing you, but we're not putting reserve down. Okay. We're not. No, we'll ring back later, mate. No, you won't. Golf link number.
Okay.
I'm starting.
Awesome.
Okay.
Now, we've had a few more questions in the mailbag. We're actually going to park them for this week because we're trying to keep this sort of episode in that like 40 to 50 minute range. So we'll come back to those. We'd love to hear from you guys about your ideal length as well. We know last week was a little bit long. I can tell because on the analytics, a whole stack of you watched the first half, and then there was a massive drop-off rate of people completing it. And then a few days later, those people had completed the episode. So it's clear some of you had 2 bites at the pod. And we'd love for this to kind of be like a one sit-down meal, one sit-down commute sort of thing. So let us know what you like. We want to try and keep this consumable and fun and enjoyable. Now, before we go, we've had fun this week. Next week on the pod, what are we doing for the next couple of pods? What's happening? What's coming up?
Okay, road testing the new TaylorMade irons. All right, that's going to be exciting for you, Tommy.
Yeah, that'll be some YouTube content through the week, so keep your eyes posted.
My putting and chipping lesson from Brent Dale. Brent, we're coming.
Yeah.
I also want to bring up that we had a couple of companies drop off some stuff for you to road test, Tommy, and we're going to do that. So you've got yourself a Voice Caddy laser.
Yeah.
So we're going to be
thing. Just you can see far.
We're going to have a little promo around that for people to listen. So the Voice Caddy.
Yep, totally.
And then you had a package delivered to the pro shop this week.
Mate,
Matthew
no one's ever given me free stuff before.
Matthew from Peakhurst.
Yeah.
Matthew from Peakhurst delivered 24 Divide Shrixon golf balls. He obviously heard you don't like colour.
Yeah.
And
Thanks,
a couple
Matt,
of caps.
You troll.
Yes. So, Tommy.
Matty, you're a legend.
Matt the Shrixon rep. He does listen to the pod, obviously. So Tom's going to be trying those golf balls out because people like colour golf balls. Tom, I told you that. It's very popular, so I don't want you to turn it off. I want you to take it in, try the golf ball out. So
I do need to just quickly apologise. Somebody commented on the pod on Spotify last week and they said, I'm an older fella and the colour is actually really helpful for me from a visibility standpoint. So fair play, I'll own that. If you are somebody who struggles with the vision and things like that, like fair play, that's on me. I probably should have thought a bit more about the coloured golf ball situation.
Young blokes.
Yeah, my eyes currently still work. I'm very fortunate that I can kind of see my golf ball, no dramas. So, if it's a vision reason, so fine. Totally get it. Love that. Go the colour golf ball.
Yeah, it's going to be a good pod next week, Tom.
Yeah, so stay tuned, fellas. We will have more for you soon. Lee, it's been a pleasure, my friend.
Have a great time at the Australian.
I will.
Today.
I'll track some stats. We'll talk.
Sunday morning. And everybody listening, we'll see you out in the course.